Guess what? That's why I have them.
Where do you sit?
I don't want to hear any more bad language. Is that understood? Is it understood?
Is it understood?
Okay, it's not negotiable that we use appropriate language in class. All right?
Yo, Max, did you actually go to the
How are we doing on our work? No, Eder, you need to follow the same directions that everyone else in the class. You're doing this, and you also need to do these, by the way, folks, are grade in the grade book. If you don't do this work, well, you're as capable as everyone else in the class, getting up and getting your materials. Melanie, it's right on the table, right next to everything. Oh. You should be all finished. All finished. All right, that was 5 minutes. That was 5 minutes. Okay, let's go over what our answers are for this. Now that I put my pen away. All right, so let's see. 8 times 3. 8 times 4. 8 times 5. 8 times 6. Good. 8 times 7. 8 times 8. Louder.
64.
Okay, 8 times 9.
72.
8 times 10.
80.
8 times 11. 8 times 12. 96. 10 times, well, that's a funky looking 9. 96. 10 times 1,000. 10,000. 10 times 10,000. 0, and I know it's 10,000. So if I have 10 times 100 times 10,000, I add another 0, and so now I have 100,000. Okay? All right? Good? Good, good? All right, let's move on. Okay, Angela and Amy. Here's your passes. You are going to the media center. You might, I don't know how far along you are, you might come back. You might not. No, only the people with the pink pass.
I think I haven't finished the Yo, y'all so lucky I'm leaving, bro. Wait, do I have one of those people?
No. This person's absent, and everybody else is finished, as far as I know. All right, our agenda for today. We're going to finish lesson 5. We're doing decimals with products. Products represent what type of mathematical operation? Am I multiplying, dividing, adding, or subtracting? If I have a product, which one of those 4 things am I doing?
Dividing.
Multiplying. Okay, we need to start remembering these. We're going to start doing some little, maybe quick quizzes on this. And then we're going to use lesson 6. We have 2 things to do there, methods for multiplying decimals. And then we're going to start using the partial quotients method to do division. Quotient is the answer to a division problem. Product is multiplication. Quotient is division. Next week, you need to take the district assessment. There are 6 questions. Okay, 4 of them. That was cute, okay. Are on long division. So we are going to practice this for the rest of the week. All right, and next week. Because I want you to do well on the district assessment.
How many days
Okay, all right, we're going to have a little guitar strumming going on here, I guess. Okay, again, let's look at our learning targets. All right, who would like to read the first one? Okay, Kate. Number 1.
Let's look at products that are decimals.
Okay, let's look at products that are decimals. What's a product? Quick, what's a product? Everybody.
Something kind.
It's the answer to what kind of problem?
Multiplication.
Okay, everybody say that together. A product means multiplication. A product means multiplication. Say it again. A product means multiplication. All right. Number 2, what's the second one? Let's look at some ways we can represent multiplication of decimals. Okay, nice job. These are the same learning targets we had the other day. We're just continuing with them today. All right, so when do we ever use decimals? Excuse me. Adam, I'm asking a question to the class. I want you to think about this for a minute and write an answer to one of these on the whiteboard.
I can't see. Oh, wait, I got my list.
Think about it. How does multiplying decimals help us shop for clothes? When cooking and baking? With sports statistics? Answer one of those 3 on your whiteboard.
Let me put my glasses on.
This a whiteboard. It's this whiteboard. Why didn't you go get one? Right over here. Okay.
Come on, bro.
Alright, you need marker.
Point of correction. Teachers, please check your email that Ms. Robinson sent for testing. Again, teachers, please check your email that Ms. Robinson sent out for testing. Thank you.
Okay, write a response on your whiteboard. Thank you. Appreciate that. About how does multiplying decimals help us? Shop for clothes, when cooking and baking, with sports statistics. Choose one. Choose one. Harrison? You're writing on your whiteboard, right? Yeah. The answer, what do you say? How does multiplying decimals help us with one of these three things in life? I don't know is not an answer. Just erase that right now. There's no ID tag.
What's the question?
Can you read it?
Hey, this is
Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time. How does multiplying decimals help us shop for clothes, when cooking and baking, or with sports statistics? Andy, do you have an answer? Okay, we're gonna hold them up in just a minute. You're gonna hold up your board. We're gonna look at each other's boards. Doesn't have to be a long answer. Okay, so what's the answer?
Shop for the clothes.
How does decimals help you with that?
Because like the cents. Oh, buying a car.
There's nothing up there about a car.
Oh.
Although there could be. There could be. I'm not gonna say never.
Oh, saving up.
How does it help?
It helps you by saving.
Okay. Not yet. Harrison. Okay, so.
I'm not lying.
Okay, everybody have an answer? That's more than enough time. Get something on your board right now. Right now.
It's so clear, bro. You can literally see it. Yeah, I cannot see it, bro. You need my glasses?
There's nothing that you really need to see. All right, we're gonna count.
Shop for clothes.
Shop for clothes isn't an answer.
It says that. What about this
It's a
one?
question. It's the question.
I didn't see it. It's just that I'm blind. What about this one?
Okay, so I'm gonna come around the room. Everybody hold up your board so each other can see them.
Serious one?
All right, so we have Maria. By knowing how much we need to use in baking and cooking. Yes, okay?
What about this? How was the 15 of my God? What even is that?
Why?
No, I didn't.
Genesis, you have something.
My answer.
No, okay. What about cooking and baking? How does decimals help us with cooking and baking? By measuring, okay? Andy, what do you have? Measurement, Kate? All right, and Genesis? Okay, thank you. All right, so Tali. It can help you with baking, cooking, and knowing how much to add, yes. Belle,
Wait, what about that?
to see how much money in total we have to spend, yes, that would help us shopping. And Eder, to make food, buying food. Genesis R, what do you have? What? Hold up your board.
What you say?
I erased it.
No, he doesn't lose it.
Eating food. How is that? How did we decimals help us? It helps you know how much to use in cooking food. Yes. It helps us in sports. We can direct angles like football to throw the ball. Okay. That's a good one. All right, let's see what we got. You had a good answer. You erased it. Oh my gosh. And all right, so good job. All right, let's see. Okay, nice. We're paying for stuff. All right, shopping. When we go shopping, we mean to calculate the total cost of items. For example, if I want to buy 3 shirts for $12.50 each, I need to multiply 3 times 12, 50. All right? And I know how much I need to spend. Cooking and baking, everybody's right. You need to use measurement for that. If the recipe calls for a half a cup of sugar or 5 tenths, right? And we want to make twice as many cookies, we need to multiply 2 times 5, and we know we need a cup of sugar. All right, in sports, statistics use decimals like batting averages or scoring percentages. Up here we have an example about basketball, but it could be soccer, it could be car racing that Eva brought up. You could have car racing. All right, if a basketball player has a shooting percentage of 45 hundredths and takes 20 shots in a game, we can calculate how many shots they made. Okay, we keep getting this guitar by multiplying 20 times 4,500. Okay, so nice. All right, and I forgot to look up the page number. Okay, all right. Secret messages on whiteboards.
Wait, what?
Okay. Okay, in your book, page 154. All right, put the whiteboards down for right now. We're going to use them again, but right now you need to turn to page 154. Page 154. Page 154. Please open your books. Page 154. 154. No, I do not have any more. I don't have any more. 154. Yes. Put that, was that last week's? Monday. No, just keep it, and if we have school Thursday, we'll use it again.
Wait, I'm ready.
Fix my hair.
154. 154. Andy, 154. Harrison, 154. Harrison and Eder, please open up your workbooks. Melanie. Okay. So, on page 154. I don't know why not.
It's ripped.
Okay, so I need your attention. Okay. It says I can use place value. 3, 2, 1. I can use place value in fractions to reason about multiplication of decimals. It says right here, I am trying to give you some directions on what table. Some of you are just 3 people. You can work together. You're going to select all the expressions that are equivalent. What does equivalent mean? If something is equivalent. The same. It's equal. All right? So select all the expressions that are equivalent to 6/10 times 5/10. Be prepared to explain your reasoning, and I will be randomly calling on people with our handy dandy random name caller. Yeah. So write the letter on your whiteboard of which ones we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Which ones you and your partner agree equal 6/10 times 5/10. And be prepared to explain. And then how much does that actually equal when I multiply those together? All right, you have 10 minutes. That's a lot of time. And you are working with your partners. Okay, the timer is on. Timer is on. So work together. Which ones are equivalent? Write the answer in your book, but also in your book. Which ones are equivalent? That's supposed to be 10 minutes. All right, we're going to go back to this timer. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. We're going to use this timer. Okay, so let's see. Do we have the page open? All right, you do have page 154. Well, then I suggest you submit displaying your phone. Well, you can look on someone else's book, I guess. Say which ones are equivalent. Which ones are equivalent? Work together. So, Carlos, we don't. How about? Okay, let's see. You also need a pencil. Yeah, you also need a pencil. Okay. Okay. When did you do that? Okay, I'll take that. All right, which ones? Which ones? Which ones do you think are equivalent? Olivia, you did not take yours? Today, right? Okay, and then at the end of class, make sure you put it in. That's what you have to do. Okay. Make sure you put it in, okay? Okay. Thank you. Not to give you credit for it. All right, who's finished? Who's finished? Come on. Belle, is that a phone?
Yes,
Is that it? Today? Who needs to go to the bathroom already? No, same people can't go every single time. No.
Yes.
No.
Why not? No, he died yesterday. I think I ate him, bro.
All right, I think pretty much everybody's done. All right, so we're gonna end this early. Let me see. Yes. We're not gonna do that today.
No, they kept touching me.
You got it? You're all good? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call on some people to help me out here. Nice job. You know what? I have my screen frozen, so you can't see this. All right, let me do it again. That wasn't fair. Here we go. Maria. Maria. Which one is equivalent? Give me one that is equivalent. E. Okay, why do you say E? Oh wait, that's fat. Why do you say E? Maria. Why do you say E? If I multiply, let's read this. Maria, turn around, all right? Let's read this. We have 6 times 1,000 times 5 times 110. This is our original problem. Larry. Okay. Are these two the same? If you say no, why not? Why not? This, what's this number up here? Maria, you need to stick with me here, okay? This is 6.
I think it's E.
6 tenths times 5 tenths. This is 6 times 1,000 and 5 times 100. What's different about those two numbers? Think about our place values. What's different? Can you put the hairbrush away? This is 6 tenths. That is 5 tenths. This is 6 times 1,000 and 5 times 1/100. What are my place values equivalent? No, they're not. Okay, so E is not one of our answers. Okay, let me, how do I erase that? Okay, so it's not E. Alright, so. Alright, I'm calling on the next person.
No. Please no. What's wrong with me?
Norma. Norma. Which one of these do you think is equivalent? F? Alright, let's see. We have 6 times 5, so we have both of those numbers, 6 times 5. And then we have 1/10 times 1/10. This is 6/10 and 5/10. So, yes. Okay, that one is equivalent. I just moved my whole board. Alright, go away. Kate likes sound effects. I don't know. Kate really likes sound effects. Oh my goodness. There we go. Go back.
This is how you pick up the soap.
Alright, so Norma, that was great. Okay, that was correct. Okay, Melanie volunteered an answer.
That's how you pick up the soap in jail.
A. Is A look a lot like F?
No.
Yes. We have 6 times 1/10 and 5 times 1/10. 6 times 5 times 1/10 times 1/10. Any other answers here? Does anybody else want to volunteer?
C.
C, yes. What else? G. And G, yes. If you did not have those, mark them in your book right now.
had them.
Okay? You do not have those written down.
No.
Okay? All right, nice job. What does it actually equal? Holly, did you come up with what this number actually equals? Do it real quick. You can do it. How much? 0.3. Okay. So that is, because what's 6 times 5? What's 6 times 5?
36.
30. 36.
Where did you get 36 from?
6 times 5 is 30. Right. So we would have 30
Do that.
over 10.
30.
Okay, go to the next page. All right, I'm going to give you, write your answer on the whiteboard. How about if I unfreeze the screen so you can actually see the question? Which expression does not belong? A. You need to look at the board or at your book. We have 4 expressions. Which one does not belong? A, B, C, or D? Write it on your whiteboard. There's just one. One expression does not belong. Okay, right? Okay, on your whiteboard. This one does not belong.
What?
On the whiteboard, which one does not belong? Which one of these does not belong?
C.
Hold up your whiteboard as soon as you're done.
C.
Okay.
It's up to her.
Hey.
Soon.
Hold it up. C, C, C. A. Lots of C's. A. Come on, I need an answer. A. C. C. A. Wow, we're about half and half on this. Okay, nice. Okay, so A. On A. Who chose A? Hold your board up again. Who has A? The A's.
I can't put that on the ground.
Okay, actually, I want your answer. Valeria, why did you say A would not belong? You just, okay, that's an honest answer. Can we think about why though? A might be correct. I would like to be able to hear Max. Can you not yell that out all the time? Why? All right, Polly. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You're still talking. You're still talking. Polly. Okay. All right, that's a great observation. I actually made that observation. So every other number, and I should stop writing in yellow. So every other number has 1 10, and A has 3 10s. Okay, and then for someone who chose C, Orlando, you had your hand up. You had your board up. Eder, why did you choose C? Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to ask the class a question. What is the rule for when your classmate is speaking? Listen. Do you think you could learn something from your classmate?
No.
Yes. Yes. Okay, it's just plain old respectful. Okay? It's having manners. Okay, so, Eder, why would you pick C? Let me switch colors. I don't like that yellow.
I picked it because
You have to take your hand off your mouth. I can't hear you.
I just picked it.
You just chose it.
Yeah.
But why? What about it made you?
Because one half.
Because what?
It was one.
Because of this?
Yeah. One.
Because of the what? Okay. Is there another reason that half the class chose C? Kate, what'd you pick? Why? What looked different about C to you from the other ones?
It's just that
Elena, what were you gonna say? Okay. All right, well, if you look at this number here, we have 2 times 3/10. So this is 2 times 3. That would give us 6, right? 6 times 1/10. 6 times 1/10. 6 times 1/10. All right? I got you, Carlos. I got you. Okay. All right. Let me come back here. Okay, let's do this problem. And then we're gonna play a game. Yeah! We're gonna look at this problem right here. This should be on, I think, the next page. Let me see real quick what page we're on. Okay, page 158. 158. 158. All right, so what you're going to do on this page, we have 2 different, okay? We have 2 different methods for solving the equation 2300 times 1 5/10. This is Elena's method. This is Noah's method. If we look at this real quick, what did Elena do? What calculation is she using? Okay, look up here. What are they doing that's different?
One of them is multiplying and the other is like making it into a decimal instead of making it into a fraction.
Well,
Converting it
turning the decimal into what?
like a fraction.
Yes, okay, and using fractions.
Ms. Dawn, can I have Genesis?
Which one?
Andy?
I have Genesis and Dramo. Genesis, she's not here.
Not here, okay.
Okay, so using fractions, and if we're using fractions, what does that bar mean? What does, if I write 23, just to make it bigger, what does that mean? Yeah. 23, what do we divide? All right, so Elena's multiplying, Noah is dividing. Okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to work with the people at your table. I'm giving you some directions. You're going to work with the people at your table. Analyze the 2 methods, then discuss these questions with your partner. Which Blank's method makes more sense because? Do you think Elena's method makes more sense or Noah's method? Okay, so which method makes more sense to you and why? And then what might Elena do to compute this other number? Okay? What might Elena do to come up with that answer? Will the 2 methods result in the same value. Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Answer these questions with the people at your table. And Eder, I'm going to tell you to close your Chromebook. No.
Miss, can we move, please? I don't like my seat. I don't know my seat. I think my seat is really,
And actually, Emma, can you wait because Bella's been waiting. All right, I'm gonna.
bro, Max, I want FNCS. Bro, I was on everybody's TV, bro.
You should be talking about the problems on the piece of paper, on the workbook in front of you.
The last one to finish has to take a shower.
All right. Oh, 2 minutes go by. 2 minutes, yes. All right, well, you should be deciding which of these methods you think makes more sense and why. Who's she?
Dolan, we did that in our book. What did I? Bro, I'm already on Unreal, like all of the game mode type shit right now. I'm in the Unreal and Mega Force. Don't care.
Max? Yeah. You are to, we have 1, 2,
Bro, I
3, 4,
think
5
nothing's
people
actually
there.
like that.
Yeah, well, can I be the sixth then?
You have to work with partners to answer these questions.
I'm finished. Oh, never mind.
I would have to look at the grade book. What about that? Bell's not back yet. Oh, one at a time.
Oh, is that six? Bro, I'm so cute. Oh, I'm so cute. We've done it every time.
You can.
Last one to finish this.
Okay, and then you guys talk to each other and then write down why. Okay, so who's it is 1:58. So whose method is better? Why do you think that? Yeah. Ada did it or the way Noah did it. Both ways are correct. Both of them are correct. What? No. Yeah. Not even on Yeah, you're supposed to have 158. There's a Yep. All right, you guys. All right, so which one method do you guys think is better? Why? Which one do you think is better? Why? You have to say why. Yeah. Yeah. You all have an answer. Okay. 158, 158. Better. Open your book. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, take a 3-minute break. No, you can't. No. There are people out already. No. Because there's already something out. And then you can let one person out of it.
Tell me why. Yeah, you can act like a cat, whatever you want.
Oh, free cat, free cat.
I know I am. So candy in there.
Are you okay? Your head still attached? All right, that was our time. What? You can, but there's a long line. Now there are 1, 2, 3 people ahead of you. And Melanie's out. We have to wait for Melanie to come back. Have a seat. Maria's next anyway. All right, close the Chromebooks. Carlos, get back to your seat. Nina, Andy, Belle, please. All right. All right, so do I have everything close here? Okay, we are now back from our break. We're back from our break. Let's finish this up. Okay, we have next. Yay!
Can I go? I just can't. You gotta see that shit. Can I go? I'm gonna be using your phone.
Go where? You. Carlos would like to answer this. Whose method made more sense to you? It's not funny after a while. Okay, gaming. We have Elena doing multiplication, and we have Noah using fractions, which is doing division. To you, which one makes more sense? Which would be easier? They're both correct. Elena's? Okay, whoops. Why do I keep moving that around? Oops. Yo, I am messing myself up.
Can I go?
We will not keep yelling out loud. That's one of the things that you really can't do. I don't know, let me move it back. It better be related to what we're doing. Is it related? Okay. Why can't I move this? There we go. All right. Okay, so Jamie says that Elena's method makes more sense to her. Okay, because she's multiplying and that's easier for her to see. I know that Emma had a different answer. Emma, what was your response? Maria. Okay, so Emma thought Noah's method was easier or made more sense. And why was that?
Because you have to multiply by 100.
Okay, because we turned 23 hundredths into a fraction, and we turned 1 5/10 into a fraction, and then it was easier to divide. Now we can multiply both sides, the denominator and the numerator. And that helps us come up with our new decimal. That for a second. Okay, so while we're paused right here, get your Chromebooks out. What do you mean no? What? Get your Chromebooks out. Yeah. No, you're going to play a game that I'm going to put on the board. Yes. All right, so you're going to go to playlookit.com. Playlookit.com. I think you pronounce it Lookit. Get your Chromebook. All right. And I think we'll do the crypto hack. Carlos, I can hear you. I'm not deaf. Thank you. Kayla, Tully, what were you saying? No crypto hack? Gold Quest. Duet. Which one? Show me. Which one? The hack? I like the crypto hack myself, but... Carlos, please stop yelling. All right. Gold Quest or crypto hack? Which one? Hands up, crypto hack. Hands up, Gold Quest. Oh, it's Gold Quest. Okay. Next time. All right.
What do we get if we win? Should I spend it?
Don't worry about it.
Can you do 10 minutes?
No, and you must use your real names or I'll kick you out. No. Okay, it has to be appropriate.
You can do Maxi.
All right, there's our code. There's our code. 5, 9, 5, 6.
I got that in the first try.
There's somebody out.
Yeah, ma.
Oh, I got it.
My nickname is not Maxi Paul, it's Maxi Paul.
What pass?
Maxi Paul.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
Can I go?
No, it's not your turn.
There you go. I have to.
Girl. Was that my nickname?
Yes, yours is 5. Who is this? He, Genesis C. Okay. All right, Kate the Goober.
Maxi, hate the dinner.
Come on, I only have 15 people in here right now. Come on.
I'm Roberto Castro.
What you looking at?
22. Anybody else? Still, did anybody else need to sign in? All right, we're gonna start. Okay. Genesis C. I have 22 people. All right, we're going. Jada's doing. No. All right, it's on. Oh, Kate took 10 gold from Roberto. Norma just took 4 from Roberto. Dean just took 3. Uh-oh. What is that? Who is this person? Whoever has that name, remove yourself from the game.
What's the name?
Well, I can't get to them right now.
What? Nick! Bro, what? Night! Why does everybody have 0?
All right.
Why do I keep getting the answer?
Let's go. That is racist. I wonder why.
It is.
That's racist. Oh, wait, why did you put that? Bro, that's actually so disrespectful, bro.
Would you put that stuff away? Right? Well, that person fixed their name, so. Yeah. They're not on here anymore.
Oh, snap. Oh, shoot.
Maxie, who just took 48 from Bel Air.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Maxie, Yes!
Kate McCurry in second place. Up now. She just bumped you out.
Pause!
Up now is back in first place. Angel's in second. Emma third. Genesis D. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Angel holding on to second. And then